Philadelphia, man. Jalen Hurts, man. Jalen Hurts. Can't say nothing about that quarterback, man. Damn. Got anything to say to the camera?
Yeah, buddy.
No? Hey. Man, it's a party, bro.
She talking about no. She probably
No. Go Birds? Nothing? Nothing like that? Damn.
all day. Couldn't stop him.
Best quarterback in the NFL, man.
That's
What is good, everybody? It's your man EC1 coming at you with a that preseason game might have been the worst, and I mean the worst preseason game. I don't know where to begin. We got a lot to talk about, man. If you're new, hit that like button. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm in my car today. You know what I'm saying? So I apologize if my audio is bad. There's nothing I can do. All I can hope for is y'all can hear me. All right. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me in the chat. Put a 1 if y'all can hear me, because we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about today, especially the preseason. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. No, I would say some great things about the preseason game. But the quarterback position, I think that we need to go get another quarterback. Both Tanner McKee, Hope Payton, I'm not even going to put that that fumble on him, because I do think whoever is number 73, whatever his name is, 77, yeah, you can pack your bags and you can get out of here. But Tanner McKee, I think it's time for him to go. I don't care what his stats were today. He was absolutely awful today. Missing guys wide open. Wasn't consistent. The Red Rooster, Andy Dalton, stinks. Was trash today. Absolutely god awful. One of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen, who couldn't even pick up a blitz right. There were horrible, meatball sandwiches in preseason. It was absolutely awful. And we've been hearing about, would the Eagles consider training for another quarterback that could be a backup service to Jalen Hurts, right? Because I do think that we do need another quarterback that can help Jalen Hurts out just in case if he goes down. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, Tanner McKee might not fit this offense, bro. He might not be able to be in this offense. It doesn't look like it fits him. He struggled big time. He threw a nice ball eventually to Carson steele, but he had a lot of bad footballs today that he threw. Both him and the Red Rooster. What do we call him? The Carson Wentz Jr., Andy Dalton Jr. Andy Dalton looked like Carson Wentz's son today. Out here with the redhead. Just don't know where to throw the ball. Look lost. Didn't look like he was prepared. Sean Mann did a great job today. I love what Sean Mann. Listen, you were able to get the running game going on. Not only that, we saw the running, we saw the screen game. The screen game, it wasn't like one screen game that took long to develop. It looked great today. I'm excited, bro. I was excited. But let me start with saying this, man. I think that we need another quarterback. I think it's time for Tanner McKee, Nick Foles, whatever people want to call. That overhype him, yeah, he was absolutely awful today. And I don't think it's his fault. I don't. I think the fact that he doesn't fit this Sean Mannion's offense. I think that you need to get a quarterback that fits Sean Mannion's offense. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. None of these quarterbacks that I saw today fit Sean Mannion's offense. Not anything that looked decent. And I've been hearing a lot of rumors about would you trade for a guy like Anthony Richardson, right? Someone who can be the same similar skills as Jalen Hurts. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, Tanner McKee looked like, first of all, he looked like he didn't look like he wanted to be there. He looked like he checked out. Some of the throws he made, he didn't look out of rhythm. You know, you got what's the name? The announcers on the Eagles, they were over there just dick riding Tanner McKee, said he did a great job. Bro, even watching the game, the man was missing guys. How are you going to sit there and say he did a great job? This is why I don't like these weirdos that be announcing the Eagles, because they be dick riding so much, man. Tanner McKee did not do good, in my opinion. I don't care what the stats say. Look at the eye test, man. The man was missing guys wide open, you know, and he wasn't hitting receivers to strike. Quez Watkins, get off my team, bro. I've been done with this dude. I don't know why they decided we bring him back. Why did we bring Quez Watkins back? What does he provide? Nothing. He provides nothing. He's an absolute bum who should be cut tomorrow. He shouldn't even be allowed to go back on the plane. They should just cut his ass today. Oh my God, he was awful today. He's been awful since the day we drafted him. But there was Deontay Lawson disappointed me. He was trash. Couldn't wrap up. We're going to go into the bads and we're going to go into the good. So bear with me. The bad today was the quarterback. Again, the quarterback position is bad. I don't think you got a bad quarterback. Cole Payton is awful. He's awful. I mean, everybody's hyping him up, the fact he can run, but he can't throw. He doesn't have a good arm. He's inconsistent in the pocket. I mean, even the fumble, right? You look at it. Now, I don't think it's all his fault, but I do think it's some of his fault. He held on the ball way too much. You got to throw that ball away, man. Even if you see pressure in your face, throw the ball away. Throw the ball away. And he did it. He held on the ball, waited too long. The offense collapsed. He got stripped, obviously, a fumble. Now, it doesn't help when you have, the fact that we even put him in the game, when you put Tanner McKee in the game, is crazy. You know, I don't know why Nick Sirianni or whoever decided to put Sean Payton in the last moment of the game. I don't know why you waited into 0.43 seconds to put him in the freaking fourth quarter game when you're down by a score and you thought he was magically going to come back, right? I mean, the fact that we saw nothing but the Red Rooster, that's why I call him the Red Rooster, because the Rooster roosted today, and it was absolutely horrible to watch the Red Rooster throw the football. He was absolute. His name is not the Red Rifle. It was the Red BB gun, because he was shooting BB guns while everybody else was shooting lasers and switches. He was out here shooting, you know, those little toy pistol guns that you be seeing at the dollar store. That's what he was shooting today. Absolute trash, man. He was awful. He got to get off my team, bro. He got to get off my team. He is absolute dog shit. The Red Rifle, my ass. Why did we trade for this dude? He was a wasteful trade, man. He does nothing for this team, bro. And no, if Jalen Hurts, let's say, knock on wood, goes down, I don't trust the Red Rooster to back up Jalen Hurts, or I don't even trust Tanner McKee to do it, because I don't think Tanner McKee fits this offense. You know what I'm saying? Do you make a move? And this is where I think we got to make a move. I think you got to bring a guy like J.J. McCarthy or someone in here who can be a similar asset to what Jalen Hurts is. And that is a guy who can get out the pocket, use his legs, and has somewhat of an okay arm. Because what we're seeing at the backup position is trash. It's trash, bro. It was absolute trash watching these two perform today. I feel like pulling my eyelids out. That's how bad it was today. I feel bad for the players. Like the Red Rooster or the Red Rifle, whatever the hell you want to call him, or Andy Dalton, looked like complete trash today. Couldn't hit a freaking the back of the barn if he wanted to. He was missing wide open guys today. Andy Dalton stinks, and he needs to get off my team tomorrow. I want to see that man cut off the. You don't even have to wait for him to be cut tomorrow. Cut his ass tonight. He was awful. How do you miss? You know, and listen, Eli Stowers. You know, I don't think he's a second round pick. I don't think he's worth a second round pick. I think but dude, you missed him wide open. How do you miss this dude? He's right there. Holy shit, my eyes were bleeding watching this man today. And then Tanner McKee. He looked like he quit. He looked like he mentally checked out. Missing wide open guys. I said it in Joey Shake's live stream today. I said, dude, did he just quit? Did he mentally check out? It looked like he mentally checked out today. I mean, Andy Dalton is absolute piss poor dog shit. He was absolute piss poor monkey ass, bro. Like pause, but he was monkey ass. He was horse manure. He was absolute balls today. Sweat and balls. That's the only thing he was. Pause. But he was absolute dog shit. He was the shit that when you wipe your ass with the toilet paper. That's how bad he was today. He wasn't even the good type of shit. He was the wet, slimy shit, the diarrhea shit, man. This man can't throw a ball. Better show than last week, but we are not best results. Dalton does not. Dude, Dalton stinks. I am concerned about the backup situation. I'm not going to lie to you. We got to get another backup quarterback in here, man. I would trade Andy Dalton and Tanner McKee right off the spot for a backup quarterback at this point. I'm all for shipping Tanner McKee for a 5th round pick at this point. Get him off my team. I am so sick and tired of and this is the people that swore me down he was going to replace Jalen Hurts. Did he look like a franchise quarterback tonight? And don't give me the garbage, well, he played with third strings. He's been playing with third stringers in preseason. He's been doing well. He looked awful today. Andy Dalton's supposed to be a veteran in this league. And this dude looked like complete dog shit. He looked like absolute poop, man. I mean, it was bad, bro. Hit that like button, subscribe, man. But no, I mean, the Red Rooster, he was roosting. I call him the Red Rooster because, he literally is the definition of a rooster. I mean, the roost had hen today, man. The roost was roosting today. He was awful today. Absolute dog shit. I got Hiram Champ podcast tomorrow with my guy Hiding, along with other couple. I'm trying to get Desert Eagle 90 on there, King DV, trying to hit him up. Got other Eagles YouTubers. We're going to talk about it tomorrow more. But I have to go on this rant because, bro, when I was watching the game today, I didn't think Andy Dalton was going to be this bad. Holy shit. Couldn't even missed a wide open Darius Cooper, man. And then Quez Watkins, holy shit. Can someone tell me why he's still here? Why did we bring him back? I mean, it's already bad when this man literally cost you a Super Bowl by dropping a football, and you decide whose bright idea was to bring this sorry bum back on this Eagles roster? Whose idea was to bring him back? Whose idea was that? He absolutely stinks, and he brings nothing to the table, man. Now, let's talk about the good, man. I had to get that off my chest. There's a lot of bad, but there's a lot of good. Let's talk about the good, man. Carson Steele. I think he's better than Shipley. Carson Steele is a monster. I like what I saw from Carson Steele, man. The man was hurdling over guys today, bro. It was beautiful to watch. I loved what Carson Steele felt like we were watching Saquon Barkley out there, man. Not saying he was Saquon Barkley. I'm just saying he looked like a starter out there. He looked like a starter. He did not look like a guy that you pick up off the waivers. This man was picked off by the waivers. This was a great move. I wish he would start a little bit sooner. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I mean, if I'm the Eagles, man, I might start him over Shipley. I don't think Shipley does nothing. I mean, Shipley to me isn't better than Carson Steele. He's not better than Tank Bisbee, and he's definitely not better than Saquon Barkley. So I mean, where do you put him? Where do you put him in this rotation? Because I think you got to keep Carson Steele. Carson Steele is a very good running back. I like his vision. I like the fact he can make cuts out the back. And by the way, Sean fucking Mannion is a genius. This man was on in the booth calling some great plays tonight. And we didn't see everything. But this man was calling a running back screen, a dump off to a running back. I mean, how many times have we been saying, use Saquon Barkley out the backfield? Use these running backs out the backfield. And he uses Carson Steele out the backfield, and you saw what he was doing. It was beautiful. I loved what I saw, man. We saw a screen to a Covey for a touchdown, man. And it was beautiful to watch. I loved the screen game, man. It wasn't taking too long to develop. They got right to the line. They made the throw. It wasn't like all day the screen takes too long to develop. No, it was a quick screen, bam and out, and the blocking was perfect. Willy Lampkin is a star. I'm telling you right now, man. Cam Jurgensen, you better be playing better, man. I'm telling you right now, because Cam Jurgensen might not be here next year. He might not be here the following year. If Willy Lampkin is doing what he's doing, imagine what he can do with this offense for starters. And you got two legit star players in your building. Your backups are better. Now, the third stringers are awful, but your backups centers and your all listen. This offensive line, listen. We got one of the best depths at offensive line. We got one of the best depths at the offensive line. You want to talk about offensive line factory? We got an offensive line factory. Howie Roseman drafted Markel Bell a steal. I love what I saw at Markel Bell today, man. The guy was out here blocking, and not only that, you had Willy Lampkin at center. I was so happy watching him, man. And I'm telling you right now, Cam Jurgensen, you better play good this year, man. You better stay healthy this year. And someone's in the back of you right now that's looking to take your spot, bro. I'm telling you right now, the Willy Lampkin is not a guy to play with, bro. That guy was pancaking. That guy was pancaking every defender out there today, man. And by the way, let's really give a shout out, because I've been hard on him, to Ty Robinson. The Vanilla Gorilla showed up today. 2 sacks, 2 tackles. Was out here sacking. He threw a quarterback on his ass, bro. It was beautiful to watch. I loved it. Like I said, the only thing that I wish we could fix. What's up, Market Spikes? What's good with you, bro? Not much, man. Just talking football. Hit that like button. Appreciate you for coming on. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the backup quarterback position needs to get fixed. I wasn't happy with the red rifle, whatever you want to call him. I call him the red BB gun, the plastic gun, whatever you want to call him, because again, his bullets literally had nothing in the chamber. There was no ammo out that gun. It was like he was shooting blanks. You know what I'm saying? It was bad, bro. The red rifle, whatever you want to call him, the guy that we traded a pick for, was a wasteful pick in my opinion. Because, like, when we traded for him, I'm like, what are we doing, bro? We got Tanner McKee, this dude. We draft Carson. We draft Cole Payton. Like, you know, our backup quarterback position is a question mark. It really is. Because I think a lot of issues with Tanner McKee is he doesn't fit Sean Manion's offense. He doesn't. He does not fit Sean Manion's offense. Sean Manion is perfect for a guy like J.J. McCarthy. I really do. I think he would be perfect for J.J. McCarthy and Anthony Richardson, but not a guy, or even Shador Sanders, right? But a guy like Tanner McKee, he doesn't fit that. He doesn't fit that. And I think a lot of issues. Also, I think Andy Dalton don't fit that offense. As much as people want to sit there and act like, I don't know why we traded for him. You know what I'm saying? He don't fit Sean Manion's offense, and you could see it. He's not, he can't read, he couldn't read a blitz for shit today. I mean, the blitz Lily was picking up. He couldn't pick up a blitz, man. The man threw it over the guy's head, bro. Again, how do you miss a wide open pass today? How do you do that? Both quarterbacks are missing guys. One missed them for a touchdown. You want to talk about guys that are wide open today. He missed the tight end wide open, which I felt bad for Eli Stowers because, like, we give him shit for, do I think he's worth a second round pick? No, but, he was trying to get open today. And you got two stinky quarterbacks that can't throw the ball, it affects a lot of teams. And I feel bad for these guys because they don't make the team because they got sorry quarterbacks who can't throw the ball. I mean, it puts you in a bad situation, bro. I didn't understand us getting Dawn like I like the rookie. Yeah, what's his name? Cole Payne. I liked him. I don't think the fumble was his fault, but I do think that he has to work on his mechanics a lot. Obviously, he's a rookie. I expect him probably not make the team. I think they're going to keep, in my opinion, bro, I think they need to go get a back quarter, but this is what I think they're going to do. I think they're going to trade Tanner McKee. I think they're going to cut Cole Payne, and I think Andy Dalton will be a backup. Personally, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to pick up some guy off the street from the 53-man roster cuts from other teams, or we're going to trade for another guy, and he's going to be the third stringer, like a Shador Sanders or someone like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think the Eagles are going to do. But I think Tanner McKee is gone. I don't think he's going to stay. I think the Eagles are going to trade him. You know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be someone that's going to take a chance on him, or they might release him. You know what I'm saying? They might release him. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, Tanner McKee's press conference did not help him today. He over there talking about, I did a great job. No, you didn't do a good job. What are you talking about? You were over the place. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the announcers on the Eagles. If you watched the local, because I'm from Levittown, PA, so I get the local channels. And this Ross Tucker dude is out here dick riding Tanner McKee. Oh, he's done a nice job. Where do you see him doing a nice job at? I see him missing guys wide open. I mean, this is the dick riding needs to stop, bro. You know what I'm saying? He over there saying Tanner McKee's done a nice job, man. Come on, bro. The man was missing wide open passes. He threw really a good pass to Carson Steele, but he was missing some of these guys wide open. That's not a good job. He was missing half of his throws tonight. Him and the Red Rooster, whatever you want to call him, the Red Rifle, or the Red BB Gun, as I call him. His name is the Red Nerf Gun, because that's his name. The Red Nerf Gun is his name. Andy Dalton is the Red Nerf Gun. The Red Nerf Gun is his name, because he is the definition of a gun that is like, he's the Nerf gun. He's not the BB gun, because BB guns, you have to aim. He's the Nerf gun. Maybe the water gun. You know them old water guns? The Red Noodle. There we go. The red pool noodle. That's his name. The red pool noodle that be leaking out the other side. Jesus Christ, dude, Andy Dalton is trash, bro. And Keelan Ringo, please get off my team. I am so tired of seeing that dude on my team, bro. If he is not cut by this year, man, oh my God. I mean, what does he do? He's not good at special teams. I mean, this is like, can we stop keeping sorry ass corners, bro? Keelan Ringo was awful today. Awful. Why is he still on my team, man? I get his preseason, but can we get better corners, bro? Can we please get better corners than this dude? I mean, it's worse when you got one corner and the other. Who's the other corner name again? Brown. Yeah, you can go too. Absolute dog shit. Leaves a wide open receiver for a touchdown. But other than that, I mean, like I said, the quarterback back position got to get fixed, man. I personally would make a call and trade Tanner McKee to the Minnesota Vikings and get J.J. McCarthy. And I understand people say, well, J.J. McCarthy's trash. I don't need him to start. That's why he's going to be the backup. You know what I'm saying? So, and I love how people say, well, he's not a starter. He don't need to be a damn starter. All he needs to do is hold a damn clipboard, okay? But I need someone other than the red noodle poodle, or should we call it the pool noodle, okay? Because everything that Andy Dalton showed today was absolutely not what I want as a backup. And I would not be comfortable with him as my backup if we got to rely on maybe 3 games at the most for him to win a game, like Gardner Minshew, right? When we had Gardner Minshew in 2022, and we had to rely on him to win us a freaking game, and he couldn't do that. I don't want to be in that situation. I don't want to be in that situation because you never know, right? Jalen Hurts could get banged up. Are you trusting the Red Rooster, what he showed you tonight? The Red Rooster? Yeah. The red hen tonight? I ain't trusting the red hen tonight. He looked like the cartoon hen from the Looney Tunes. Okay? That's what he looked like. You know, his head, he's out here doing this all the time. Yeah. He's watching the other quarterback stink while he was absolutely the worst quarterback out of the bunch. Andy Dalton was worse than Tanner McKee. But they both were terrible tonight. I don't think Andy Dalton showed anything, and I don't think Tanner McKee showed anything. I think both of them either don't fit the scheme, or they don't belong in this league, man. Because holy shit, bro. There was some throws. I'm like, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing? I'm saying, and these dudes were saying he should start over Hurts. You feel me? You feel me, bro? These are the fans. Right. Right? He was going to be better than Jalen Hurts, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the idiots that swore down Gardner Minshew. The mustache. It's mustache. It's the mustache fan. What would they call him? The stash is here. Oh, my God. Yeah, Tanner McKee's not starting Jalen. Ever. We can stop with that shit, man. Yeah, Ringo got to go, man. Ringo got to get off my team. Please get off my team. Get off my team and don't come back no more. You know what I'm saying? Dude, he stinks. Ringo got to get off my team, bro. If he makes this roster, there is no doubt in my mind he has favoritism in that locker room. Because I don't know how do you survive? Even last year, he should have been off my team. Because he really didn't do nothing to deserve to be on that team last year. I mean, what does he do? They say, well, he's good at special teamers. He's not really that good at special teamers. He doesn't even make any plays, really. He struggles to make some plays. He misses more tackles than he actually tackles. He can't cover. Dude, he had a pick 6 in his hands, bro. But he dropped it. How the hell you dropped it? It's right in your hands, man. The man is out here, but he's able to make an interception last week with one hand, but you can't make one that's literally right in your hands. The ball is really in your hands, man. And you drop it. You drop it. I was excited though for the what's the name? The Wooer kid, the guy that we undrafted, the guy that we picked out of the program from the other countries. I'm excited for him. Ty Robinson, like I said, dude, Ty Robinson's coming along. You know what I'm saying? And this is the guy that I expected when we drafted him. This was the guy I wanted last year. You know what I'm saying? To produce. And I like how the fact that, Clint Hurst is out here developing these dudes, man. They're out here playing well. These guys are developing. It is so nice to have a guy like Clint Hurst. And we have to make him the defense coordinator. You cannot let that guy walk, man. He is such an important to your defense, bro. And I do think that when Fangio does leave, he will be our defense coordinator, man. I am so excited for this defense, bro. This defense is going to be munching on. They're going to be feasting on quarterbacks, man. They're going to be feasting on quarterbacks. I just watched Jaden Daniels tonight, and I ain't going to lie to you. Their offensive line is putrid. If they think they're going to beat us week 1, they got another one. You better go trade for some offensive linemen. I got news for Commander fans. If that was your offensive line tonight, and listen, our starters ain't played tonight, and they might not play preseason, but bro, you already getting your quarterback. He shouldn't even had a preseason game, bro. You should already knew not to play. Why would you play him in a preseason game when he's been dealing with injuries? That's a bad franchise right there. That is a franchise that doesn't care about the quarterback's health. Why would you put him in a preseason game? There's no need to do that, bro. Like, it's crazy. This is why I don't be listening to these guys. Who? The media? I don't be listening to these idiots. The media, the ones who said Tanner McKee is better than Jalen Hurts are freaking idiots. Tanner McKee throws another. Really? What did he do tonight? Oh, no, but he third string. Nah, man, we're not going to do that, bro. You said that he can win with the offense. I mean, last year he had one job to do, beat the Commanders, and he lost, man. I don't want to hear about the third strings. I don't want to hear about that. The man's been playing with third strings, so he should have been used to by now. Okay. Jalen Hurts is clearly, you could see the difference. I mean, even when he's not on the field, even in preseason, you could see the difference he makes. And the guy that is a winner. And I think people don't understand. This would be our record if we don't have Jalen Hurts. Do you understand how bad we would be without Jalen Hurts? Excuse me. I mean, dude, we couldn't even score a point tonight. Imagine it. Someone said that Andy Dalton will win the Super Bowl with the Eagles in 2024. Really? Did you see Andy Dalton tonight? He looked like absolute trash. I need people to shut up and never say Andy Dalton can win a Super Bowl with the Eagles again. Because that ain't look like Andy Dalton tonight, did it? Did that look like a Super Bowl winning quarterback that you were praising? Give me a break, man. These dudes are buffoons, bunch of dummies, disrespecting Jalen Hurts. This would be our record. You know how we barely could score? Imagine if we didn't have Jalen Hurts, bro. And this is a wake-up call to any buffoon who think Jalen Hurts is expendable. Because I hear a lot of them. Oh, we can go get him. Really? Really? So you would have liked to have a quarterback like Andy Dalton tonight? Did he show you promise tonight? Did he look good as a veteran? He's supposed to be a veteran in the league. Did Tanner McKee look like the future quarterback that y'all thought he would be? And I didn't think he looked like the future to me. Did Cole Payne look like the next coming of Johnny Unitas? Did he look like Peyton Manning tonight? Did he look like Phillip Rivers? How about Dan Marino? Did he look like that? No. So why do we continue to disrespect Jalen? Let's just admit that we have a great quarterback in the building, and we should be thankful we have a quarterback that can do what a lot of these quarterbacks can't do. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just crazy, bro. It really is. That's why I don't listen. I don't listen to these guys anyway, man. I really do. I rarely do. Excuse me. I don't understand it. I didn't understand the trade, bro. Like we traded. What did we trade for Andy Dalton? We traded a 4th round pick, I believe, for a mid-ass quarterback that's been bounced around. He's been a backup. I'd rather us just like. I mean, come on, bro. Like, it's bad, man. I think that you need a backup quarterback, bro. I'm not happy with this backup situation, man. And I think people need to understand, man, like, I think Tanner McKee doesn't fit this offense. And that's fine, right? I think that he would be better in another offense, maybe with a different team. I think that he's mentally checked out. I mean, it is tough when you have to fight for your job. I mean, it doesn't help when you have other quarterbacks behind you. I think Tanner McKee checked out tonight. I really do. I think Tanner McKee honestly thought, you know what? I'm not probably going to be the starter anyway. So, let me just go play like shit and hope I can get cut so I could go somewhere else. He looked like AJ Brown from last year, man. Just mentally, bro, there's no way in hell you could sit there and say that he's been like this. No, he was never like this. I mean, he at least could show that he had an arm, bro. He looked like he was everywhere, off, and on. And I guess a new offense, but my God, I mean, this dude looked off today. You know what I'm saying? And I expect Jalen to look off in the first game. I do. But it's like, dude, he looked so off today. He didn't look comfortable. He just looked like he didn't want to be there. His body language did not look like he wanted to be there. He's like, You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, show no effort, man. I was so angry with his performance tonight. You know, so now he made a nice throw, 2 nice throws, one to the tight end, I believe. Who was the guy? I don't know. Whatever he is, he's already better than freaking Eli Stowers. Yeah. Let's talk about Eli Stowers for a minute. When is this dude going to show his worth as a 2nd round pick? And this is my problem with us drafting Eli Stowers. Bro, you could have had a legit safety. I'm not even comfortable with the safety position. Bro, Marcus Epps is not a legit safety. He's an okay safety, but I am so worried about this safety position. I think that you need to go and sign a safety. You know what I'm saying? I would make, you know what I'd do? Since the Cardinals need a quarterback, ship them Tanner McKee and go get me Buda Baker, man. I don't care what it takes. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. Other than Makuba, I'm not happy with Michael Carter. I don't think Michael Carter's anything. I mean, he didn't even do nothing tonight. He watched the ball go over his head. He don't jump for the ball and make a play. I mean, what does he do? What does he do? He does nothing, man. I mean, he's not a safety. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to stop playing with that position. You know, and that's when my frustration with sometimes with the Eagles is they don't dress certain positions till it's too late. You know what I'm saying? They did it with C.J. Gardner-Johnson. They traded C.J. Gardner-Johnson, right? They drafted Sidney Brown, a guy that wasn't even better in this draft class. The guy that I wanted, that I still hope we can get, is the dude in Jacksonville, Antonio Johnson. I told you about Antonio Johnson. He's a starter in Jacksonville. Where's Sidney Brown? He's in Atlanta. I told people Sidney Brown was ass. And I'm saying again, bro, Eli Stowers is not developing like a second rounder, bro. He's not. He's shown no sicker. He looks slow. He doesn't look like he's athletic at all. He dropped the football today in his hands, man. Right in his hands. And he stinks at blocking, bro. He can't block for shit. If this is the tight end that we drafted, bro, I don't know what you do with that tight end. So he looks like more of the tight end from the Giants. What's his name? Evan Ingram? He looked like Evan Ingram's brother out there. I'm gonna have to call him Evan Ingram Stowers. Because he is so bad, dude. Like, he has shown since he's been in preseason, what has he done? I'm watching tight ends from other teams make plays, and they were in the third and fourth round. They're in the third and fourth round, making better plays than this dude that we drafted in the second round, man. We wasted a second round pick when we had Emmanuel McWarren on the board, bro. I didn't want Eli Stowers, dude. I was not a fan of him coming out. And I'm telling you right now, I hope it works out. Just like the Cooper DeJean pick, I wasn't happy with. I liked the player, but I thought he proved me wrong. I hope he does the same thing. I hope he's not a Sidney Brown situation or a J.J. Arcega-Whiteside situation. Or I'm giving him time. But he has done nothing. You know what I'm saying? He has shown nothing. He's not popped out in training camp. He can't track a ball. He doesn't get, when he does get open, he doesn't even want to, he looks slow, man. He looks slow. He looks like he's out of shape. Not in football shape for sure. He doesn't look like a tight end to me. He doesn't. I mean, dude, like when we drafted Zach Ertz, even though Zach Ertz was making plays. Even Dallas Goedert was making plays in his rookie year. Don't you remember in his rookie year, he was making plays? Even in preseason, Dallas Goedert was making plays. Even when Zach Ertz was on the roster, you knew he was a monster. You were like, this dude's a stud. Oh, this kid's going to be good. Man, I'm looking at Eli Stowers like, bro, who the fuck is this dude? Where's the playmaking ability, man? This dude cannot be the best tight end in the draft, man. There is no way that he should have been. Who was the scouts that actually thought he was a top-tier tight end coming out of college? Who was the scout? Who was the brain-dead scout that thought that? This dude is not even... Bro, I'm watching other teams... Because when I have a chance, I go and watch other teams. I'm watching other teams' tight ends do more than this dude, man. And they're third and fourth round picks, bro. This dude was drafted in the second. I'm giving him into, he got to produce at least this year, man. Either that, bro, or I'm labeling the bus on him if he doesn't do shit this year in this first year. I don't care. Well, it takes time to develop, man. Bro, get out of here with all that shit, man. Get out of here. You don't take a guy in the second round and say, well, you got to give him time. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. If you want to take a guy like that, you take a guy like that in the third round, which you should have did. You know what I'm saying? Because he should never have been a second round pick for us. I think we reached on him. I think Howie messed up on that one. I really do. I think Howie missed on it. And that's okay. Howie's not going perfect, and I get that. But, you got to do something with the tight end position because Calcaterra, get him off my team. Okay, I'm done with him too. You got Johnny Mutt. I mean, who do you have? Other than it gotta goes down. You trust Eli Stowers to step in? Because that's what he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be able to beat Calcaterra. He's probably not even going to beat him out. He's probably not even going to beat him out. He can't. If you're drafted in the second round, you're supposed to be able to beat these guys out. The Johnny Mutts, the Calcaterras, even the fourth stringers in preseason were making more plays than he was. The guy that caught the ball for Tanner McKee made one more play than he did. What has he done? Like I feel like the J.J. Arthur-Whiteside is Eli Stowers again, man. Like, what does he do? And he came a block. At least J.J. Arthur-Whiteside was able to block. He does nothing, bro. He is so disappointing right now. And I'm giving him into this year. Because like I said, you had a chance to get a safety. And I'm sorry. Don't sit there and tell me that this safety, you're cool with this safety position. This safety position is ass. Other than Makuba, I don't trust Marcus Epps. I'm not a fan of Marcus. I'm going to keep it real with you. I think that we need to trade for a safety. I'd rather see if the Cardinals would give us Budda Baker or someone like that. We need to get someone. Because, I'm sorry, Michael Carter, a cornerback, slot corner that you transition into a safety from the Jets? Bro, he ain't it. He is not it. He didn't do shit in preseason to show me he was it. I mean, he's out here watching balls fly over his head and just stand there. Make a fucking play. Why is he just standing there? If you see the ball in the air, jump and make a play, dude. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, man. This safety position is a question mark. I think that our backup quarterback is a question mark. And I think this tight end is the biggest need that I think you got to go and get a tight end, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. This tight end is horrible. Eli Stowers is a bum to me. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not ready to call him a bust, but I don't know him, bro. Like, I don't know. What did you see out of him to make you think he would be worth a second round pick? Because when I was watching him in college, when I was able to watch, he did not look like a second round pick to me. Just like Sidney Brown did not look like a second round pick to me. Yeah, everybody told me I was wrong, but I told you Sidney Brown was trash. The guy that I wanted was Antonio Johnson. Look what he's doing in Jacksonville. A guy that we are rumored to trade for. You know what I'm saying? This is why you don't like guys like that, like C.J. Gardner-Johnson. You don't trade guys like that unless you have a backup plan. Or you don't let guys like Reed Blankenship go. You should have paid Reed Blankenship, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, Cole Winzinski couldn't even tackle today. He's literally missing whoever this dude who's lined up, he can't even tackle. Where's Cole Winzinski at? Where's he at? The safety we drafted in the 4th round. Because you didn't want to move up to take a safety. You had Kilmore on the board. You let Buffalo jump in front of you to take him. You had McWarren on the board from the same position, same college as Quinyon Mitchell. And you don't want to draft, you take a tight end that's a project, man. This is my problem with some of the scouts that the Eagles have, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because why would you take a tight end when there's really not that, the tight end depth was not good this year in this draft. There was not that many tight ends that were worth taking. The only guy that I'd rather take in that draft was the one that went to the Jets. After that, we should have just moved on from tight end and just go get safety. But you draft a guy, Cole, where's he at today? I didn't see him. You know what I'm saying? This dude, Eli Stowers, is a stiff. Dude, he's not even doing nothing. Yeah, I'm watching 4th-string tight ends on my roster make better plays than he is. Matter of fact, guys who are undrafted are making better plays than he is. They're actually getting the hell open and trying to make an effort. This dude is just sitting around, waiting for the ball to come to him. What does he do? You know what I'm saying? It's dude, Eli Stowers, I'm about to call him Eli Evan Ingram. Because he looks like Evan Ingram. Did we get Evan Ingram reincarnated from his brother? What are we doing, bro? Yo, cut Quez Watkins immediately. He did. Dude, Quez Watkins got to get off my team, man. He should have been get off my team from the beginning. I don't know who a bright idea was to bring him back, but they should be fired off the spot. Why would you bring a guy that cost you a Super Bowl win? The man dropped the best throw from Jalen Hurts in his hands. The man jumped in the air like a ballerina. Like he was doing the ballerina dance in the Super Bowl, dropped the ball through his hands, and you decide to bring him back? You can't tell me there's other guys. I'd rather, like, then we cut Johnny Wilson yesterday. Why didn't we cut Quez Watkins to go with it? He should have been off my team. He was dropping footballs that were pop-ups. Reason why the defenders, a lot of interceptions from Jalen Hurts is because these receivers are dropping footballs, a.k.a. Quez Watkins. You know what I'm saying? He was the main reason why Jalen Hurts was getting a lot of interceptions. Why is he on my team still? And then in preseason, this man came to line up properly. He's lined up, bro. This man literally lined up in the fucking wrong. How are you a receiver and you've been in this league and you don't know how to line up properly? This man lined up in the wrong. Dude, he fucking pisses me off, man. Dude, why is this bum fucking here? This man, oh my God, bro. This man lined up in the fucking wrong fucking, like, dude, they lined up. And he lined up in the fucking, like, dude, he can't, he got to go, man. He fucking got to go, bro. I can't take another year of Quez Watkins, man. And if he fucking makes the team, I'm going to lose it. And no Eagles, they will keep him because they don't want to let him go. Quez Watkins is bona fide ass water. He's bona fide ass water. Why did we bring this sorry scrub back? The same dude who dropped a winning Super Bowl pass from Jalen Hurts in that Super Bowl. The reason why we had to go into if he catches that ball, we win the Super Bowl. You understand how crucial he dropped that ball? If that ball was caught, there would be no Patrick Mahomes miracle, and Jalen would be a Super Bowl MVP, two-time Super Bowl MVP. This dude is bona fide ass, man. And he's making my quarterback in training camp look bad. Because he's out here dropping balls, popping them in the air, and then the defender is out here grabbing them in the air. Whoop, I forgot how to catch. You know what I'm saying? And he's out here forgetting it. He dropped the ball right in his hands tonight, man. If he is not cut by tomorrow, bro, I'm gonna I swear to God, if he makes this fucking team, because knowing the Eagles, I hope they change their ways, but this dude is starting this dude with definition of a guy that will probably make the roster somehow. They will put him on a special team, something like that. Because let's be real, Covey is not. Can we get a punt returner, please, bro? There's other positions that we could have gotten in the draft. We wasted a couple picks. Number one, we look like we wasted the pick on the pass rusher that's not producing right now. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully Jonathan Goddard can stay healthy because we wasted money on him and picks, by the way. But you wasted a second-round pick on a tight end that's not even looking like he's a second-round pick in general. That's a problem. And like I said, I hope he can turn into a Cooper DeJean where it's like I was wrong about him and he goes out there and shuts me up. But this dude looking like Cindy fucking Brown out here, a guy that I was right about. You know, when I said we shouldn't draft this Cindy Brown, everybody was in the comments, oh, you're wrong, you're wrong. Oh, yeah? Where's he at again? Oh, that's right, the Falcons. I mean, I wanted Antonio Johnson, the guy that's in Jacksonville. You know, the guy that's a starter, that's actually a legit starter in, you know, the guy that's actually in Jacksonville as the starter for the Jacksonville. Yeah, that's the guy I wanted. And you know who I wanted over Eli Stowers? There was a couple guys, but, you know, we don't draft them. Why do we address safety? We don't need safety. No, let's try Michael Carter. You know, yeah, that's going to work out well. Dude, this safety position, you better hope or pass. Like, we got to hope or pass rush. And listen, I am confident in Andrew McCooper, but I don't trust the other side. I think that you need to make a trade at safety. I think you need a safety. I think you need to make a couple trades, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Howie Roseman got to get cooking. He got to make some 3 trades, man. He got to make some miracles happen. You got to get another back holder. You got to get Andy Dalton out of here. Cut his ass. I don't think anybody would trade for his ass. If you can find a way to trade his ass tomorrow, good, trade him. All right. But you got to cut his ass. You know, because I don't see anybody picking this sorry scrub up. You know, I think he's washed. I think he's done. I think he needs to hang it up. I think it's a great year, a career for Andy Dalton. Thank you for what you did as a journeyman. Sorry, bum, but it's time for you to go. Okay. If you can find a way to move on from him and trade him to get a pick back in return that you wasted on him, then so be it. Get Tanner McKee out of here. I think Tanner McKee needs to go somewhere where his system fits well for him. Maybe give him a chance where he can start, right? Maybe like someone like the Arizona Cardinals, right? See if you can get maybe you get another something back, maybe a tight end back. I don't know what you do, but let me tell you something, bro. The fact that we have different tight ends in the building, and your second round pick came and beat Johnny Mutz out, or came and beat Calcaterra out, is the issue. When you're a second round pick, look at Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert was making plays in his rookie year. Even in preseason, you knew what Dallas Goedert was. In training camp, you saw how they raved about him. You don't see that with Eli Stowers. When we drafted Zach Ertz, I don't know if you knew who Zach Ertz. When we drafted Zach Ertz, you heard rumors about him making plays in training camp. You heard rumors even in preseason who he was because he was out here making plays. You don't see that with Eli Stowers. Every time we drafted a second round pick tight end, they're out here making impact plays. Dallas got in this first preseason game, I think caught a wide open, I think it was a touchdown, I believe. In 2018, he caught a beautiful ball. Okay, he was making plays. This dude ain't making plays out here, man. And this dude's a second round pick. He looks like J.J. Arcega-Whiteside's brother, man. He looks like Cindy Brown, who had a baby with J.J. Arcega-Whiteside's. Those two had a baby together. If somehow, some way, they're female, male, and they created this dude, Eli Stowers, a light skinned J.J. Arcega-Whiteside with Cindy Brown hair. You know what I'm saying? With the Palomala hair, whatever you want to call it. This dude stinks. This dude stinks. And I'm wondering, did we mess up on not drafting a safety? And we decided to reach for a tight end because we were panicking over the fact that we didn't know if Dallas Goedert was going to be here, or we panicked because the Eagles wanted the tight end from Oregon. Because I think we reached, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I expect Kyle Lemon to produce right away because I know he's gonna be a ball. But Eli Stowers is healthy, bro. But Kyle Lemon has an excuse. He's hurt. Okay, he's hurt. Eli Stowers is second round pick. These two got to start, man. If you have your 2 first round picks not started, it's not good. You need Eli Stowers to produce at a high level, and I hope that he produces, because if he don't, man, there's going to be a lot of Eagle fans that are going to be like, bro, we had Emmanuel McWarren on that board, bro. You passed up on him. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, bro, you could use him right now, because I ain't going to lie to you, you're relying on Michael Carter, who's a slot nickel corner, to be a safety. Your rumor says you're putting Kudajin as safety when he came and played safety position. He's putting on more weight this year, and hopefully he didn't look like what he did in training camp, enjoy practice like he did in regular season. Hopefully he's the same Cooper DeJean. I think he will be. But still, man, you relied on guys like Marcus freaking Epps, an okay safety, but not a guy that is anything close to what Reed Blankenship was. He's not Reed Blankenship. Reed Blankenship was better than Marcus Epps, even in as an undrafted rookie. You say whatever you want about him. You know what I'm saying? You didn't want to pay Reed Blankenship. We all thought you were going after safety. You didn't even dress safety. So now we're looking at you like, bro, do you trust the safety position? Because that is my biggest weakness, is the tight end and the safety. If Andrew Makuba goes down, do you trust Michael Carter? And do you trust Epps to be your guys? I don't. And I don't trust this backup quarterback position. I think Howie Roseman got a lot of work to do. I don't think this roster's already filled yet. I think that you got pieces in play, but you don't got a legit number 2 tight end. Unless Eli Stowers shows somewhat something, because he has shown nothing yet. He has shown nothing. He has shown absolutely nothing. He's shown no, I mean, he looks slow to me. He doesn't look fast to me. He doesn't look like he can run routes properly. He can't block clearly. What does he do? What does he do, man? And I'm wondering, is he really the best second tight end on that draft board, or were people just hyping him up because they wanted because the draft class of the tight end this year wasn't even good. There was only one legit tight end in that draft, and that's a dude in New York with the Jets, who I think is going to be a star if they don't hurt him. There is nobody in that draft. You could have waited next year to draft a tight end, man. But you know what you were doing? You were playing games with the situation. You didn't want to draft safety. Now you have to rely on Marcus Epps, who, let's be real, we already know who Marcus Epps is. Marcus Epps is not a starting safety. He's a good rotational safety. He might be a good back, but he's not. If you think he's going to start and be productive, we already saw in 2022 where he couldn't really cover. I mean, in Jonathan Gaines' system, you know, the guy that everybody says is amazing, we saw how he struggled. You know what I'm saying? He's also reckless, and he doesn't know how to properly tackle. You know what I'm saying? Now, he got better a little bit, but still, man, like, I need a safety in this building, man. I'm not comfortable with just Michael Carter and Marcus Epps. I mean, who else do you have? Cole Winsinski has not shown nothing. Another wasteful pick. You know what I'm saying? You know, you drafted 2 offensive linemen. One is Markel Bell. Where's the other Georgia Bulldog off guard at? Where's he at? I didn't see him. I didn't see him today. You know, if he was playing, he didn't show anything today. You wasted a pick on that. You know, so you have two players that you drafted in the second round. One is injured, and the other one has shown nothing. Now, McKylen, I have faith in, but I don't have faith in any last Star Wars. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. He got to show me a lot. He got to show me, because like I said, he looks like J.J. Arthur-Whiteside and Sidney Brown 2.0. If Sidney Brown and J.J. Arthur-Whiteside could share DNA and have a mother create a baby, he would look like that. Those two would create an Eli Stowers that we saw, man. This dude is oh my God, man. This dude, oh. I'm telling you, man, I hope I'm wrong, bro. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm usually not wrong. I hope I'm wrong, man. If Quez Watkins caught the ball, man, I don't even want to talk about that fucking ball, man. I don't even want to talk about that ball. I don't even want to talk about that ball. I want him off my team. He fucking stinks. And I'm gonna talk about hiding. I'm sure hiding. That's probably going to happen. I think Carl Payne will be on the practice squad. I think he'll get cut. I think someone else will pick him up. Or, like I said, right, I think what's going to happen is they're going to keep Andy Dalton. Or they might keep Cole Payne as the practice squad, and they're just going to trade 10. I think this is what they need to do. They need to keep Cole Payne, right? Let him be the third stringer, but you need to get another backup quarterback. I think you need to make 3 trades, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. You need another safety. I think you need someone other than on the other side of Makuba. I don't know how you can be comfortable with the safe position. If you really think this safety position is filled, I don't think so. I mean, I've not heard anything other than, you know, on the other side of the safety. I've not heard anything from Marcus Epps being anything special. You know, saying Vic Fangio clearly isn't comfortable with the safety position, because he was trailing out safeties today all day. There was different safeties out there. None of them stood out to me. Michael Carter didn't even have an interception today. I mean, he's made some plays, but he is not a safety, man. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope he can be the best, but he's 29 years old, bro. He's 29 years old. You think he's going to magically turn into be a... Come on, man. Come on. Stop the nonsense, bro. Stop the nonsense, man. The man, Michael Carter is literally 29 years old, bro. We traded for a 29-year-old Jet cornerback to translate to a safety who has never played safety in his lifetime. You had a safety on the board, man. When you let Reed Blankenship go, and this is my idea, I don't mind you letting Reed Blankenship go for the money, but you had to draft a safety. That was my, you know, okay, yeah, they're drafting a safety, right? They didn't even draft a safety. They drafted Cole Winzinski, a guy that I don't even know where is he at? Where's the safety that we drafted? I didn't see him tonight. If I did, he was missing play. Who is he? Was that the dude number 54 or something like that? Number 58? Was that him? Because if that was, holy shit, he can't tackle. Holy shit. He let a running back go through him. That's an issue. What do you do at the safety position? You trust Marcus Epps? Because I don't. I don't trust Marcus Epps. I trust Andrew Makuba. But other than that, I mean, who do you have? I think the safety needs to be fixed. I think Howie's going to get a safety. I think that is the move we're going to make. We got to get a safety in the building, man. We got to get a safety, bro. We're going to get a safety. We're going to either pick one off the practice squad, someone, like a Reed Blankenship where he was undrafted. You know what I'm saying? Or no, I mean, can we get someone off the street? I mean, can we get anybody but Michael Carter? The dude is 29 years old, man. And you think he's going to measure? Like, I don't understand the process, but hopefully Evangel proves me wrong, man. I really hope so. But dude, these dudes are not safeties, man. All these dudes were saying you should start over Hurts. I've been telling everybody Tanner was not it. Ringo won't get cut for special teams. Dude, he got to go, man. That's why I don't be listening. He said what? Tuck Quez Watkins merely denied us from. Sure, I don't know why Quez Watkins does nothing. He does nothing, man. He's an absolute trash can that needs to be thrown away. But like I said, man, the safety position, it got to get fixed, man. It got to get fixed. Let me turn on some light because I don't want to waste my battery, man. No, it got to get fixed, bro. It got to get fixed, man, because I don't trust the safety position. I don't like the safety position. Other than Makuba, who do you have? Like, I need Howie to pull some magic, man. Go get me some guy like Buda Baker. If you can, I think he has one more year on his deal, right? Or go get me Antonio Johnson. Go get me someone who can be on the other side of Andrew Makuba and get some depth. You know what I'm saying? Get some depth. Go get me a tight end. Not no Johnny Muntz. Not no freaking Eli Stowers that we want to hope and pray for he can be the guy. If he is the guy, he'll be the guy. But look, give him some competition, for real. Calcaterra can get off my team. I'm tired of seeing him. You know what I'm saying? How many more years are we going to do with this? This guy didn't even play a full. There was another wasteful pick right there. Another wasteful pick. Because you know what? You could have moved back and traded back for the following year. But you wanted to waste a pick on a tight end that stinks. He didn't even play a full college. He was hurt most of his college years. But you want to gamble on a guy because he had connections with Jalen Hurts? Or he was from Oklahoma? Come on, bro. Come on. You know, Howie Roseman does very good with drafting, but sometimes he misses. And I wish that sometimes he would consider drafting like safety or go high on safety, man, because I think it's very needed. You know, even like linebacker, it took us how many years to draft linebackers? Oh, by the way, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. better start. He better start. Honestly, like, I mean, you got really good linebacker depth. You got really good linebacker depth. I mean, you got Zach Bone who can start right away. You know, I mean, what do you do? I mean, you have to play Jeremiah Trotter, man. You got to play him and Bond, and you got to find a way to put Campbell in the mix, man. I don't know, man. Like, I think that we wasted the pick on Campbell, not because I don't think he's good, because you already had a guy in the building who you drafted, Jeremiah Trotter. You know what I'm saying? So why would you draft another linebacker? You know, but you drafted Campbell, so now you have 3 linebackers that can start, and I think that's a great problem to have. But like I said, man, you can't put Jeremiah Trotter on the practice squad. You can't put him on. You can't put him on special teams, and that's it. He got to start, bro. Did you see the way he's blitz? That was Jeremiah Trotter from his daddy. That was his daddy that was watching tonight. I watched Jeremiah Trotter, number 54. That was the X-Man right there. That was the X-Man right there. That was Jeremiah Trotter that I saw when I was watching the 04, 05, 06, 07 Eagles, man. That was Jeremiah Trotter right there. An absolute force to be reckoned with. Picks up the blitz like that, bro. That is his dad right there, man. It was beautiful to watch, bro. You know, I was happy to see Jeremiah Trotter, man. Deontay Lawson disappointed me, bro. That dude is trash. Can't tackle. I see why he's undrafted. And it's sad because, you know, I think that, you know, it takes some time, but, you know, he clearly is not going to make this roster. Someone's going to pick him up eventually. It won't be us, unfortunately. He'll be cut and someone will pick him up. Hopefully he could get back on the practice squad. Like I said, I think that Carson Steele, you know, that's another problem. I mean, do you trade Will Shipley? You know, I think he beat out Will Shipley for his job. I really do. I think that your three running backs, in my opinion, has shown they can be on this roster. To me, obviously Saquon and Tank Bigsby. And then I think Carson Steele is your number 3. I think he's your number 3. Or do you put him at fullback and you keep Will Shipley as your number 3? Could you use, like, does the Eagles want to use fullback this year? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, he would be a good fullback. And you can use him in different ways. Yo, Carson Steele, I don't know why the Kansas City Chiefs let him go. But whoever was able to pick him off the waivers, man, and especially Howard Roseman's a genius for that. Because that kid, did you see how many times he was jumping on? Oh, my God, he was jumping over guys like that. Saquon Barkley was even looking like, bro, dude, he's out here. He made Saquon Barkley look like a proud papa out there, man. It was beautiful to watch, man. I love the hell out of Carson Steele, man. That guy's a dog. That is a guy that runs hard. Will Shipley be running into other players, man? That dude is trying to run over you. He's trying to plow over you. He's a physical downhill running back, man. I love that. You know what I'm saying? I love that. I love the fact that we got 3 different type of running backs. We got a guy like Saquon Barkley that can just do everything. You got a guy who can be a number 2 power back in Bigsby, who also can do it. And then you got 3 legit running backs on your football team. Like, I think Will Shipley, I ain't gonna lie to you, I think Will Shipley could be moved, man. I really could. You package him and get something back from him? You possibly could. Maybe ship him up with Tanner McKee, you know, get a pick back or something like that. But, you know, I think he beat out Will Shipley for his job. I really do. I mean, what do you do in that situation, man? What do you do in that situation? You know, I think that you created so many great problems to have, right? Because Carson Steele is an absolute freaking nightmare. And if you add him with that offensive line, if he can stay healthy, holy shit. You know, so you have him and Barkley and Tank Bigsby. Just saying. I'm just saying. Or you put him in fullback. Could you imagine a fullback being used? Now, I don't know we use fullback, but I mean, I would love to use a fullback in the offense. Like, just do a fullback run right up the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love fullbacks. You know, you look at the fullbacks in the league, right? You look at guys like what's the running back that from the Buccaneers? That dude was plowing over guys. What's his name? Was it the Buccaneers? What's his name? What's that fullback that dude, that white guy could run? What's his name? You got Larry Zonka was the running back. But what was the fullback that would just plow over you? Because someone help me out. Who was that fullback that was on? I think it was on the Washington Commanders. Washington Redskins when they won the Super Bowl too. I think it was the 80s. And he was also on the Buccaneers when they beat us in was it? There was Mark Riskins, I believe. What's that guy's name, man? He was on the Buccaneers. I know for a fact he was. He was on the Buccaneers when the Eagles played them in 2002. That dude was a freaking annoying nightmare to have, man. Especially on that offense, bro. He was hard to stop. He was hard to stop, bro. But like you could use him in that fullback situation. Like we have not seen a fullback being used, man. Could we actually see the Eagles use a fullback, man? I would love to see if we can use them in that fullback way, like the old days, like with Mark. What's his name? What's that fullback name from the Buccaneers, man? Can somebody help me out? What was the fullback from the Buccaneers that beat us in 2002? That ran the shit over us. What was that? What was the Buccaneers fullback or running back, whatever it is? No, the fullback, the guy that they would use in a fullback situation. That dude was a freaking nightmare. He was one of the whitest fullbacks ever, but he would run you over. You know what I'm saying? He would run you over. Yeah, you could use Carson Steele. By the way, I'm trying to say you can use Carson Steele like that, man. Mike, All-Star. Yeah, that's what it is. Thank you. I appreciate it. Mike All-Star. Yeah, that dude was a freaking beast. Dude, I used to hate seeing that dude. Oh my God, I hated seeing him. Listen, you used Carson Steele like that? Because you got to think about it, right? Who uses fullbacks now? So if you bring that offense back, right? You have Saquon Barkley in that backfield, and you use Carson Steele as the full. You talk about physicality. You talk about physicality. Could you imagine, instead of a tush push, right? On fourth and one, right? Use Carson Steele, and you just hand the ball off to him and let him just plow in for a first down. Or a touchdown. Like, could you imagine how crazy it is? Like, the things that we can do with him. Because that kid can run. And he's hard. He reminds me of Mike Allstott. He is physical. That guy just doesn't want to go down. You know what I'm saying? Because Will Shipley, the problem with Will Shipley is he doesn't see the vision, right? Because when Will Shipley runs, he runs right into the defender a lot. You know what I'm saying? Unless there's real open holes. But it's like Mike Allstott. Will Shipley did score a touchdown today. Shout out to him. But Carson still stole the show tonight. He really did. And I think that the next preseason game versus the Bengals, I think you got to get them more reps. I think you got to see Carson Steele and you got to see Will Shipley, because I think these two got to fight it out, and I got to see who the better running back is. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I think Carson Steele, with that performance tonight, at least got to be recognition in that Eagles front office that he probably made that team. That they don't even put him on the practice squad, that he made that roster. Because if he does not make that roster off that performance and you rely on Will Shipley, I mean, it would be a tragic loss to lose someone like that. Well, not tragic loss. It would be a shame to lose a guy like that to another team. Because you can't lose a guy like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see how you can, even Johnny Wilson, you knew he was coming back, right? Because no one was picking him up. He had a knee injury. But there's no way in hell you put Carson Steele on waivers, he's going to get claimed by someone. That performance right there, he put up a highlight reel that someone's going to look at and say, yo, we can use someone like that. Like the Patriots could use someone like that. But Mike Vrabel would definitely try to go get him. Mike Vrabel or someone in a division could see someone like that and say, yo, that's the guy we could use. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to lose a Carson Steele, man. I think Carson Steele, you got to put him on the roster, man. I don't know what you do with him, but you cannot put him on waivers. You have to keep him on a roster. He's the guy that if you put on waivers, he's going to get claimed by someone. There's no way in hell you're going to get him back. There's no way. There's no way in hell Carson Steele lasts and you're going to get him back. There's no way. Someone's going to pick him up. And I'm looking at a guy like Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel is probably licking his chops right now, hoping that guy would be waived somehow by the Eagles and he can go claim him. Like Mike Vrabel is looking at Carson Steele right now and saying, this is a Patriot right now. And I don't want him to have him. I need the Eagles to use him. Yo, imagine him as a fullback. Just think about it, right? It's 4th and 1, right? You need a first down, right? Instead of a tush push, right? You use Carson Steele as a fullback and you just hand it off to him. Let him plow for a first down. You think anybody's stopping him with that offensive line? I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? We got our Mike Allstott, bro. I'm telling you right now, we got our Mike Allstott in Philadelphia, man. We just got to keep him on the roster. You know what I'm saying? I think we got to use Carson Steele like Mike Allstott. You know what I'm saying? Mike Allstott is what I'm trying to say. My fault. Let him be Mike Allstott. Let's use him as a fullback. Let him plow motherfuckers over and tire out the defense. And then that's when you start throwing the ball and getting these short passes going, bro. Let's be creative this year, man. If I'm Sean Mann, I'm thinking like, yo, Carson Steele at fullback. Do you see the way he was jumping over people too? That kid has some athletic ability, bro. And it's like he doesn't look like a guy that should be cut, man. He looks like a guy that could start right away. Like he can look like a guy that you can actually start as a number one running back. Like I don't know how the Chiefs let him go. Like why would Andy Reid let him walk like that, or not even let him walk, but wave him? And the Eagles end up picking him up was a genius move, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this kid, and even in Kansas City, was producing too. So the fact that you have him on this roster, bro, Mike Allstott was very good at a fullback. He was a fucking physical ass bully who just pounded you into the ground. And all he did was want to run you the fuck over. And I love that about a fullback. You look at guys like the 49ers, Kyle Juszczyk. Look at that dude. We got our Kyle Juszczyk. Not saying he will be Kyle Juszczyk, but I'm just saying, you got a guy like Carson Steele. Use him. Why not use him as a fullback? And then you have Saquon Barkley in that backfield with Tank Bigsby, and we'll ship. Hey, man, you don't see the vision? You don't see the freaking vision that I do? I see the vision right there. Like, bro, like Mike Allstott in Philadelphia, bro, the Eagles got a Mike Allstott in their hands. Like they got a Mike Allstott and a Kyle Juszczyk in their hands, bro. Like I think Carson Steele is one of them guys. You put a fullback and let that motherfucker run these dudes over. I would use them against Washington. I ain't gonna lie. First snap, we're not tush pushing it. We're just gonna run it with Carson Steele up the middle and hope you can stop it. And then we might, let's mix it up, bro. Like instead of using a tush push all the time, like we can use a tush push sometimes, but let's confuse teams this year. Let's be creative. You know what I'm saying? I think that you got to be creative, and I think Sean Mann's thinking like that. Like if I'm Sean Mann, I'm thinking like, bro, you got like we looking at some of these fullbacks in the league, man. Like Kyle Juszczyk from the 49ers. And you got Mike Allstott, who was one of the greatest white fullback / running backs or tailbacks that just can freaking pound you into the ground. Larry, I mean, come on. Like, think about how spooky this offense could be with just adding Carson Steele in the mix. And you still got 3 good running backs. Maybe instead of using Carson Steele as a running back, you make him as a fullback. I mean, who's your fullback? Do you even have one? So, I mean, to me, Carson Steele is a great fullback. So he could be your fullback. Now you have Barkley in the backfield. You can create different things. I love bro, Carson Steele, you got to keep him on the roster. I don't know what you do. You got to either do something. You can't waive him. You can't. You're not going to get him back. There's no way in hell. I'd be shocked if a team does not, like a Patriots team, would not claim him. That would be a Mike Vrabel move right there. That is a Mike Vrabel type move right there. Is a Carson Steele. Because he's a steal, bro. Like he's a very good steal, bro. He's a steal for sure. That's why I love his, bro. The Philly steal the steal in Philadelphia. Like, could you imagine the nicknames in Philadelphia we'd be calling him, man? They'd be saying like the Philadelphia steal, like the steal of the Philadelphia, the steal of the offense. Yo, the fullback of the steal of the fullback in Philadelphia, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it would be crazy to have him as a fullback and you just run this shit over these teams, man. Why not do that? You know what I'm saying? I love the idea. Mike Allstott was great as a fullback. They handed the ball off to him, and that man just ran over guys, man. I mean, he would just plow you into the ground, and there was no stopping him. Let's bring that offense back, bro. Let's just run the shit out of teams. And then you got Wicks and Devontae and Lemon, and you got Darius Cooper and Marquise Brown, and you got You know, who's the other one? Elijah, Elijah, what's the name? Oh my God, what's his name? I forget the other wide receiver's name, but you got him. I mean, you got legit speed burners, and you got route runners, and you have a fullback like Carson Steele with Saquon Barkley as your running back with the offensive line we have with Jalen Hurts, bro, that offense gonna be freaking scary. I don't know if you see the vision like I do. That offense would be a nightmare to stop. And you got that number one defense with Jalen Hurts. What are you talking about? What are we talking about, man? What are we talking about? I mean, you would have to be a crazy not to keep Carson still in this offense. You would have to be crazy not to even think about bringing him as or even put him as a 53-man roster. Because I don't know how you can waive him and not think that someone wouldn't pick him up. His film, he has done more than Will Shipley. He has done more than every other running back so far on his team. Like, let's be real. Who else has shined the most than Carson Steele tonight? No one. Nobody. Who has been the biggest impact so far in preseason? Yeah, I mean, I get his preseason, but dude, he was jumping over guys like it was nothing. And then just imagine what he could do with a great offensive line, with great players around him. I mean, he would be better. So, I mean, it's crazy to think about. This is why I love preseason, because you see the different things, man. We talked about Charmaine, man. We're going to talk about more tomorrow on the Hot Stream with podcast at 8 p.m. Eastern. My guy Hottie and I will probably be live tomorrow for sure. Stay tuned for that. Definitely, we're going to be back, man. And I want to give you the preview because, yeah, Hiding with the Champ podcast. We'll be back. We will be back. We will be back, man. We will be back with the Hiding with Champ podcast. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for that. Hold on. Let me show you. Let me show you the thumbnail that I had. There we go. That wasn't the wrong one. There we go. All right. Yes, Hiding with Champ podcast. And if you don't know what it is, let me give you a preview of what the Hiding Champ podcast is.
What is going on, everybody? Where you hide?
Zach Wilson to convert on third fucking downs, dude. It was easy throws, man. He plays that zone. You just gotta hold the players like that. You know what I'm saying? When your defensive tackles are missing tackles, when your safeties are missing tackles, when your quarterbacks are missing tackles, okay, other than James Bradbury, you're not winning football games. Take your chance to see what you want. So you can listen. Go get him Don't get some good receiver. His Jalen Rager's not on your head, please.
And a better coaching staff too. We'll call you a cannibal.
It's like, dude, you gotta listen. You know what I'm saying? Where you was busy trying to. Where you was going at? Coming in the. Yeah, you wrong. But
They say that because before where you hiding the internet, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
You know what I'm saying? What a star. You know what I'm saying?
He went out bold, had a couple touchdowns.
Listen, man, this is the thing that we didn't do in Cars for nothing. We never took advantage of him. He was a bad character. That's why he was in there. He was going out there. This is a guy that's humble and respectful. He gave you the luxury to build around sit down. I was at work to sit down. Because I was around. Because I never think that we're playing a cupcake schedule. This was a team that don't get blown at. Bijan's not lasting past 10. Football teams are talking about instead he goes to the corner to Smith. I don't think he gets past I don't think he gets past Dallas.
The Bears would actually be perfect because they really didn't win the division because it's not clinched.
Because we needed it. And you saw the difference versus the Giants game. You know, we're definitely going to go to 49. So yeah, man. So tomorrow, Hiding with Champ podcast, 8 p.m. Eastern. I want to let y'all know that. We will be live hiding, and I will be talking about the joint practices, obviously, and the game that we saw yesterday. He has some thoughts. He just texted me about how he loves Carson Steele. I love freaking Carson Steele. And yeah, man, like Carson Steele would be the guy I would love. I mean, you look at the fullbacks, man. Why wouldn't you not want a guy like that? You know, you add him as a fullback like Mike Allstott, who was one of the best fullback pounding your ass to the ground, pause type fullbacks, physical. I mean, that's what he plays like. You know, look at Kyle Juszczyk from the 49ers, a fullback. You know, and I think that's why we picked him up was for Sean Mann, because Sean Mann, if you look at Green Bay, they use fullbacks too. So I mean, I'm excited. Sean Mann was very impressive today. You know, but like I said, we talked about the backup quarterbacks. You know, I still think you need another one. I still think you need another one. And I think that you're in a situation where I think that you need either another safety to compete with Andrew McCuba, I mean, on the other side, and you need another tight end, man, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I have not been impressed with Eli Stowers. I have not been impressed with him. I talked about it. You know, go back on what I said about him. I'm not going to, but again, the biggest things that I saw today was Ty Robinson looking like the Vanilla Gorilla. The Vanilla Gorilla has returned. He looks like the guy that we drafted. Thank you. Finally, we got to see the Vanilla Gorilla. Like Vic Fangio said, you know, he was on life support. Well, no, man, he's in full recovery, because he's out here making plays. And I get it's preseason, but if you can get Ty Robinson to look like that every single time, or get at least some pressure with Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and then Mora Jomo, and then you got Jalen Hunt and Nolan Smith on the, bro, that defense is going to be in quarterbacks' faces. They're going to be up in quarterbacks' asses. Pause. But it's going to get, I don't think quarterbacks going to have time. This defense might be better than last year's. And don't even forget about the secondary. With Coop, Quinion, and Reek. And the linebackers, Jahad Campbell, Trotter, and Bond. I mean, bro, like, I don't want to scream, but I'm so excited for this defense. I don't think you understand how good a healthy Jalen Carter is. A healthy, in shape Jordan Davis is. A Mora Jomo who's healthy. And then you got the Vanilla Gorilla, who my guy BG31 has been bragging about, saying this guy's going to show up. And I'm like, yeah, we'll see. And he proved me wrong. The Vanilla Gorilla is back, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit. You know what I'm saying? It's about damn time, though. You know, I'm glad he's shown up. He had some great, I mean, dude looks so much comfortable in his year 2 as a starter. And he looks like a guy that's possessed, and he looks hungry. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Ty Robinson, man. Very good day today. 2 sacks. I think he had 2 sacks. He had 2 tackles, I believe. Yeah, he was just, bro, he was putting belt to ass on these offensive linemen tonight. He really was. They could not tame him at all. He was a guy that was not going to be denied. He was out here just putting quarterbacks on notice, taking names, whooping asses, and you gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. And you can't imagine if he's doing this in preseason, what is he gonna do when you have to face him? You got him and Jalen Carter. Good fucking luck. I mean, good luck with that. That is a scary defense right there. And then you got a Mora Jomo. I mean, you can rotate Ty Robinson, Mora Jomo. These guys are gonna be fresh. You know what I'm saying? And then when you got Jalen Hunt, Nolan Smith, who you could get what he can get out of what he did in 2024. Nolan Smith got to come through, but you get him, and then you got when he does come back, the Vikings, Jonathan Gennard that you traded for. That defense is going to be unstoppable, man. That defense is going to be unstoppable. Don't even think about talking about not only that, but you got Byron Young. I mean, how do you stop the Vic Fangio? And you got to give a love to Clint Hurts, because Clint Hurts has done a very good job. You have to keep him somehow, some way. You got to even make him the defense coordinator, bro. And I think that's the Eagles' plan, bro, because he's done. Look what he did with some of these undrafted guys, man. The guy had a sack today. What was his name? Usa, from I think he was from a the country program or something like that. Dude, he was out here making plays. You know what I'm saying? Look what he did with Jordan Davis. Clint Hurts is out here developing stars. He took Ty Robinson from year 1 jump to year 2. Look how much better he looks. That's the Ty Robinson we saw in college, man. And if you can get that in Ty Robinson, with a healthy Jalen Carter, with a healthy Jordan Davis, both playing at 100%. Let me put the camera on you so you can see my face, bro. Who do you want to stop? Which guy you want to block? Who do you want to double? Because I don't know how you're going to double every one of them. I mean, if Ty Robinson produces and Amor Joma produces and Jalen Carter is healthy, I mean, you already know if a hurt Jalen Carter is able to do damage and able to run guys over like Josh Allen, and you saw what a healthy Jalen Carter is. With a healthy Jordan Davis, you saw a sample last year of. In shape, healthy Jordan Davis. That with a healthy Jalen Carter, a vanilla gorilla Ty Robinson that looks like he's starting to perform at a high level, and Amora Jomo and Byron Young. And then you got Jalen Hunt, Jonathan Gennard. Dude, that defense is going to be freaking nightmare to stop. I don't think you understand how scary and deadly this defense can be. This defense might be better than the last year's. The last thing you want if you're an MC team is to see Ty Robinson develop. He's developing, and not only is he developing, he is starting to perform like he used to do in Nebraska. He looks like the Nebraska Ty Robinson. He looks like the guy that we drafted in that draft. Dude is out here balling. Now, I get it, it's preseason. I understand that. But you got to be excited of what Ty Robinson can be. Because this guy's supposed to, listen, when Amor Jomo's gone next year, because he's probably not going to get paid next year, right? You're not probably paying him. That is the guy that's going to step in right away. And if this guy is going to, if you can get some production at Ty Robinson, I'm not saying, you don't need him to be a full-time starter, but he has to show some pressure. If you can get pressure out of him, or you can get more than that, and you got Jalen Carter still pressuring quarterbacks and getting through, this defense will be untainted, bro. This defense will get a lot of quarterbacks hurt, man. I don't want to say it, but a lot of quarterbacks will be body bags. You better hope you have an offensive line. That is my only hope for you. Because if you're a Giants fan and you just watch your quarterback, and this is the problem with Giant fans who like to run their mouth, like Giants TP that I saw in the bird section, you better hope your offensive line is that good. Because if your offensive line looks like complete ass that you saw versus the Vikings, and that Dolphins team that put you on your ass tonight, it's going to get spooky for you. I'm telling you right now, the Giants might not have a franchise. Bro, I don't wish injuries, and I'm not going to wish injuries, but you understand there's a reason why I'm saying this defense can be just like the body bag defense that we saw versus the Commanders where they threw guys in body bags. Because I don't think you understand the physicality of what Jalen Carter, and you have him with Ty Robinson, who's physical as hell, and you got Jordan. Bro, who are you stopping? Who are you stopping? The Cowboy fans want to brag about their defense. You ain't seen nothing yet. You have not seen what our defense is capable of. Y'all think that you have a top defense. You don't have a top defense. That belongs to us. And Jalen Carter will remind everybody why we paid him. Star player, star defensive tackle, a guy that is a dynamic generational talent. And you got Ty Robinson, who's the steal, bro. And my thing about Ty Robinson is I'm waiting for him to show up, man. He is shown the fuck up. He is going to be scary on that defense side of the ball. If you can get that with Moro Jomo, I mean, and the edge rushers are getting through too. I don't know how these quarterbacks are going to. Can someone tell me where these quarterbacks are going to go to? They're going to be running for their lives. They're going to be running for their lives. It's going to be hell for them. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you're a Giants fan, and you definitely a Washington Commanders fan, and you just watch your quarterback get smacked in preseason with an offense that already lost a starter, respectfully, you lost what's his name? Tonsil, what's his name? Tonsil, is that his name? Tonsil, the offensive guy that you traded for in the offseason. Laramie Tonsil. And you think that you're going to put another backup guard on it? Oh, bro, it's going to get I'm telling you, Washington's in for a rude awakening. They're in for a rude awakening. They don't understand what the hell they put their quarterback through. They're walking into a buzzkill. They're walking into a blazing buzzsaw week one. They don't understand our defense. And you didn't even see. Imagine what Ty Robinson can do with Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. Do you understand how scary that is? I don't think you understand how spooky and dangerous that defense just got. Because if Ty Robinson is doing this in real game situation, where do you want to block at, man? You can't block everybody. You're going to let someone go through. And your quarterback's going to get hit. Where do you want to line up on? Because, if we can rotate and get guys a breather, and they can, oh my God. Do you understand how scary that front four can be? Bro, that team might be that legit, bro, with Ty Robinson on the other. Bro, I just can't imagine Ty Robinson, Jalen Carter, and Jordan Davis, and Maury Jomo with Jonathan Gennard, Jalen Hunt, and bro. And then you got Byron Young who can come in somewhat. That defense is going to get scary. That defense is scary to even think about. Imagine what they do on the field. I don't think people understand how scary that front four can be. You thought it was scary with Milton Williams. You thought it was scary with Milton Williams. Hell, last year you thought it was scary with a guy like a Jalen Phillips. You saw what Jalen Phillips brought that defense. Now just imagine what Ty Robinson can do. And Jonathan Gennard, when he's healthy, and Jalen Hunt, who's been putting quarterbacks like Drake May on notice. Ty Robinson has arrived, and it's scary for a lot of these teams, man. Because the thing that you did not want if you're an NFC team is to see that dude develop. You were hoping that, okay, we got Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. All right, yeah, we don't got to worry about them. Yeah, but Ty Robinson, there's a reason why they compared him in that draft to the same size, same athletic ability as a Jalen Carter type player. His comparison was J.J. Watt. Not saying he's going to be J.J. Watt, but dude, he was playing like one tonight. And I understand it's preseason, I get it. But if this dude is playing like that in regular seasons, night for your quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And I feel bad for Giant fans because they talk delusional. And they really think their quarterback's not going to have time to throw. They have to better hope that their offense line is that damn good. And the thing is, their offense line is putrid ass, ready to be put in a blender. Because they know that their offense line is butt juice, it's trash juice, it's dog water, it's absolute dog shit. And they're banking on Jackson Dart. It's not going to have time to throw when you got to go against Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis and Ty Robinson. Like, they better hope that Jackson Dart knows how to do some magician Josh Allen type shit and somehow throw the ball while running. Like, they better hope he does some Houdini Carson Wentz shit where he ducks over 2 defenders and picks up a first down. Like, they better hope he is some Lamar Jackson where he can scramble and make things happen with his legs. Because I'm telling you right now, Jaden Daniels looking like food right now. I watched him there. First of all, again, why would the Commanders put him out in preseason? Like, did they not understand they just watched the quarterback go down last year? You would think if you're a Commander fan, like, how many times do we have to run our quarterbacks for them to get through their fucking heads? Why would you put him in? I would arrest Jaden Daniels to week 1 and let him wear off his rust in week 1 versus the Eagles. Since the Eagles are not playing the starters, why play our starters? You know what I'm saying? Let's both go out there and play our starters week 1. Let's sit our guys out in preseason, let them get healthy. But no, they play their starters. And then when Jaden Daniels and them get hurt, then they and that's what's going to happen. Unfortunately, he took some hits today. So now it's wear and tear on his body again. So he's not going to last 18 games when you keep on putting him in the ground and you have no offensive line. The Commanders are disgraceful. They're disgraceful. They don't know how to protect their quarterbacks. I mean, they've been through how many quarterbacks? They out here signing Stephon Diggs. You know what I'm saying? They're out here drafting receivers, but they don't draft the biggest needs, and that is offensive lineman. They say they have an offensive lineman. They just lost Lerman Tonsil, who they paid. They're in trouble. They are in trouble because that quarterback has to sit back and watch these guys eat through their offensive line like wet paper bags in the goddamn rain. When you got Ty Robinson one side, Jim LeCon on the other side, and Jordan Davis. Listen, Ty Robinson was literally dominating by himself. He was pushing 2 defenders at once. The 2 offensive line, I'm sorry, not 2 defenders. What am I saying? 2 offensive line. He was pushing. I watched a man today push 2 offensive linemen back with 1 arm to the quarterback to sack him. And they threw the quarterback like he was nothing on the ground. Poor Tommy DeVito got put in the dirt. I mean, that was a welcome to the NFL for Tommy DeVito as a Patriot. He got thrown like a rag doll. Ty Robinson got through 2 offensive linemen. One of them, he just shoved the 1 offensive lineman through back to the quarterback's chest, and he was able to get through, make the quarterback think he was going to get away, and he just threw the quarterback like a rag doll. And you saw what Jalen Carter could do where he was able to pick up 1 quarterback with his arm. You understand how scary that defense can be? If Ty Robinson's doing that in preseason, where he's able to take 2 offensive linemen to push them back, you saw what Jalen Carter can do, right? Again, man, I know it's preseason. I'm just saying, I think people need to stop sleeping on Ty Robinson now. I was sleeping on him before. He has shut me up. He is my MVP tonight. I'm giving an MVP award. It will go to Ty Robinson. He got to be talked about the way Carson Steele was talking about. Those were the 2 that really made me happy today. I mean, this is the 2nd straight week Ty Robinson has showed up. And I hope it continues, man. I hope it does. I hope he turns out to be a J.J. Watt for us. Or a T.J. Watt for us. Because if he is, holy shit, that defense going to get scary. I don't think you understand the magnitude of if we have a T.J. Watt or a J.J. Watt on our defense. I don't think people understand that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he was, I think that's what he was compared to, with the J.J. Watt type comparison. Now, I don't know about that one, but we'll see. I just wanted to be the vanilla gorilla. How about that one? But that dude is a freaking missile, man. Ty Robinson with Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, if you're a quarterback that has no offensive line, you're fucked. You're absolutely fucked week 1. And I watched the Commanders tonight, and I watched Jaden Daniels get absolutely obliterated by his offensive line not blocking. If that is the offensive line they put out week 1, bro, it's going to be a long day for him. He ain't going to have time to throw. I think the Commanders are in trouble. I think they need to go get an offensive lineman. They need to make a trade or something. Because if that is the offensive line they put out there for Jaden Daniels tonight, That offensive line is trash. I'm gonna keep it real. That offensive line is butt juice. It might be worse than the damn. I don't know who's worse, the Giants' offensive line or their offensive line, because both of them can't stay healthy. They're not gonna make it through 18 games, unfortunately. And I don't want to be the bad, but why would they put the quarterback out in preseason? I would have sat Jaden Daniels if I was the GM, and I said, no, we're not playing a quarterback out there. No, we're going to sit him out, let him rest, and then we'll play him week 1. Since the Eagles don't play their starters anyway, why do we have to play their starters? You know what I'm saying? There's no point in doing that, bro. That's so idiotic. That's why the Commanders don't win nothing, because they don't even know how to protect their assets. Why risk your quarterback in a meaningless game when you don't even have a new offense you're learning under? You got the exact same coach from last year, probably. You know what I'm saying? And he's coming off a shoulder injury. Or, I'm sorry, was it a shoulder or arm injury? Where it looked like it was almost snapped. So why would you put your quarterback who can't even stay healthy on the field in preseason? That makes no sense. You sit these guys out and let them just get rusty in the first week. Let them get their rust out. If I was PSN, bro, I would be pissed the fact that you put my quarterback out there knowing that he had injury history, man. Why would you do that? Why would you not just rest him into week 1, let him get more healthier, and then we can worry about him knocking off the rust in week 1? You know what I'm saying? Or playing the Eagles who are rusty too. You know, why would you put him in why do these teams do that? You know, I get it for Jalen Hurts because he's learning a new offense, right? But Jaden Daniels not learning a new offense. They got Dan Quinn still. The only thing they changed really was the defense. Come on, bro. Like, come on, man. This is silly. That was silly what they did today. They risked their future off a preseason game. And they put him out there not 1 time, but 2 times now. For what? You already know what you have in Jaden Daniels. So, I mean, I don't get it. Even with Jackson Dart, why would John Harbaugh do that? When he already knows what he has in Jackson Dart, or maybe he wanted to see what he had. But, you know, it is what it is, man. But like I said, bro, again, man, it's gonna be interesting what the Eagles do, and I'm excited, man. We definitely got to talk about the backup situation. The backup got to get fixed, man. And like I said, Sean May looked like the offensive genius from yesterday. He looked like, not yesterday. He looked like a genius tonight. Great cause. I like what he done. I like what Sean May. He's better than Kevin Patullo. He has done more than Kevin Patullo. Kevin Patullo can't even fathom what Sean May did tonight. That was a brilliant offense. He got to be in the booth from now on. I think it does well in the booth. The offensive line was better. Shout out to the offensive line coach. I think his name is Chris. What's his name? Chris Greer or not Chris Greer? Who was the guy's name? Who's the offensive line coach that we hired? My fault. Whoever it is did a nice job today. You know, the offensive line looked dominant today. You know, the third string maybe not so much, but the second string, listen, Willy Lamkin and Markel Bell were the stars of the offensive lineman. And I like what the guard, what's his name? Wright did or something like that. Wright, is that his name? Wright? Job too. I like what they did tonight. The offensive line looked poised. There were some penalties left a little bit, but they gave the quarterback plenty of time today. They allowed the offensive line to they allowed the running backs to block. I mean, not running backs to block. The running backs to hit the holes. Excuse me, block. Hit the holes. The fuck did I say block for? It happens. Hit the holes. Will Shipley was able to get through because the offensive line was blocking. They were mauling defenders. It was beautiful to watch. I loved it, man. Chris Cooper listen, bro. Chris Cooper, maybe he just stunk with the Vikings, but he's looking good in Philadelphia, man. I like it. I love what Sean Mann has done, man. And you see what happens when the head coach stays out the way. Great things happen. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he can continue doing that. Nick Sirianni, just stay the hell out the way, man. Let the offense do the job. But like I said, the Vanilla Gorilla is back, man. And you know what that means? A lot of quarterbacks are going to be in the body bags. You know, I wish I could tell the Giant fan, what's his name, Giant TP, that you should have some faith. But then I would be lying. Like my guy B31, he over there trying to hype the Giant fans up. Why? They're not even going to win the division this year. They don't even win the division. They are barely even in third place. They don't even own the Commanders. The Commanders own them. Jaden Daniels has been owning them. Dak Prescott owns them. And the Cowboys own them. And the Eagles been owning their asses, man. Why? Like, I was watching the bird section yesterday, and I'm listening to a retarded excuse me. My fault. Excuse me. I'm listening to a Giant fan try to talk football when he should be closing his mouth and worrying about the draft pick that he's supposed to have in 2028. Go worry about who you're going to be taking as a quarterback. Go worry about who's your mock as an offensive lineman. Go worry about the mock of you hopefully getting another receiver to help Jackson Dart and maybe in Smith, the guy that's coming out of Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? Or Ohio State. Or the guy from Alabama and Ryan Williams or someone like that. Go worry about that. Don't worry about what winners do, man. You haven't won shit. And then you bring up Eli Manning. Eli Manning has not done anything after the 2012 season. You haven't been in the Super Bowl in a long ass time. Michael Strahan don't play for y'all. And freaking most of your offensive linemen is freaking retired and in the booth with the rest of the NFL Sunday crew when they do the halftime performance in the NFL on Fox. One of your offensive linemen is on ESPN. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of Giant fans talking out their asses, forgetting who their daddy is. Matter of fact, you got 3 daddies. They've been adopting your bitch ass. You got 3 daddies. The Commanders own you, the Cowboys own you, and the Eagles have been on you. Since Jaden Daniels came in the league, you've been getting belt to ass, my boy. You've been getting belt to ass by him. And Jalen Hurts been putting belt to ass on you. And it's even worse when Dak has been putting belt to ass on you. Go worry about competing and beating the Dallas Cowboys week 1. Worry about if you can play against it. Man, you're not even going to make the playoffs, dude. I got the Giants missing the playoffs, dude. I got the Commanders in second, Giants in third. No, I'm sorry. The Cowboys in third and the Giants in fourth, bro. I think they're awful. I don't think they're good enough. And I'm tired. And my God, bitches, they're the one would tell me, oh, the Giants are going to be better. The Giants stink, man. Stop trying to tell me that the Giants are going to be good. The Giants have not been irrelevant since the day Eli Manning was in his prime. And by the way, the Cowboys won that division that year. And we still were able to make a miracle out of your asses. And that's when the Sean Jackson pause was able to have that punt return. And we knocked you out of the second seed of playoff potential. You know what I'm saying? That's why you had to go all the way from scratch and win your Super Bowl. And you had to do it the hard way. Because we did that to y'all. We did that to y'all. Every time you talk about your Super Bowl, you forgot who been putting belt to ass on y'all. The Eagles. We've been shutting you out, bending you over, being your bitch ass. We do what we want to do to y'all. We're like bullies, man. We're like bullies, and you're like the scared little bitch that runs and slaps someone and think you're tough, man. You slap your bully one time, and you forget the bully comes the next day and he doesn't forget what you did and beats you and stuff you in a goddamn locker. And that's what the Eagles do to the Giants. We're like the bullies that stuff you in the locker, man. Stop playing with us. Like we're some fucking goofballs, man. You beat us one time, and then we kicked your stupid asses in the second game. And then Giant TP want to talk about, I'm listening to me talk about, yo, you missed the calls. You mean the call that Jackson Dart had a fumble that was a fumble clearly, and they overturned that? You mean that call? How about the fact that the Jackson Dart fumble, which would have changed the game, that ended up letting the points for y'all, just let you know, you scored in that possession. That should have never happened. That was our ball. So I don't want to hear about the Quinyon Mitchell hold when clearly Darius Slade was holding on Quinyon Mitchell too. It was an offensive PI. Learn football and stop being a dumbass and think that the Giants are being out to get and boo-hoo and stuff like that. Your offensive weapon was literally holding on my cornerback's shirt as he was pushing him away. That is a penalty automatically. Jesus Christ, that some of these Giant fans know football. That's only why I rock with certain Giant consecrators, man. Because some of these dudes should be talking out the ass. Giant TP talking about the Giants y'all got away with calls, though. You know, the tush. You mean the Jackson Dart fumble that you got away with? You mean that one? That clearly was a fumble? I mean, do we have to keep going on how many times you get away with calls? Do we bitch and complain? No. because we end up beating your ass anyway. That was a game changer right there. Because guess what? You don't even score in that possession. We go down and we score. We probably would shut you out in that game. So be thankful that you got a call in your way because you were trying to make it at least competitive when you couldn't even make it competitive, man. Such a goofy ass up, man. The Giants are trash, bro. The Giants will always be trash. The Giants are little bitches that we put belt to ass on. I'm tired of y'all bum-ass Giant fans getting in the Eagles fans' spaces when you're talking to winners. You haven't been winners in a long-ass time. You and the Dallas Cowboy fans need to be friends because you both talk about the past so much. One talks about the early 2000s, the helmet catch that I was probably, 8 years old. And the other one is talking about the 90s when the VCR tapes were still invented. Y'all are the dumbest fan bases that need to be quiet. Quiet, bums. Quiet, bottom feeders. That's what King Neve this year told TP. Quiet, bottom feeder. Did you even make the playoffs? Bro, he is so lucky I wasn't in the bird section, man. Leo would never let me on, but I would have tore this dude apart. You Eagle fans are so cocky. Man, bro, you a bum. You root for a bum team, bro. Go worry about the mock draft, man. You're not even going to be competing at all. You got a hard-ass schedule this year. You're not even going to win more than 5 games. We watched your offense line versus the Vikings in preseason, your whole offense line. And the guy that you said missed the block is your former running back, your number 2 running back that is a starter in Tyrone Tracy. Shut up. Jackson Dart's a bum. Jackson Dart is an absolute bum. He is ass. He is dog water. He made a lucky throw that a lot of these times it would probably get picked off. You try that versus an Eagles defense and it'll get picked off. You think that's happening in real life ever again in the NFL other than preseason? That was a lucky ass throw against a backup corner, which you struggled against. What are we talking about, man? You think you're doing that to Dallas week 1? Probably not. You think you're doing that to Philadelphia with that throw? That's not happening. It'll probably get picked off, pick 6 to the crib. I'm tired of these losers, man. If you haven't been in the Super Bowl recently, shut up. Shut up. If you haven't seen a Super Bowl in your lifetime, really shut up. And that includes anybody who's a ringless peasant. A Chargers fan, a Dolphin fan, a Jets fan, a Bengals fan. Be quiet. And stay in a losing spot. Stay in a losing space. Stay as a loser. Keep your mouth closed. Don't talk to winners. You're not a winner. You might act like a winner, but that don't mean you're actually a winner. You just pretend you're a winner to make you feel good. Your quarterback is a bum. If your quarterback has not been in the Super Bowl recently, please be quiet. Don't make videos. Don't talk shit about Jalen Hurts when your team got your ass whooped by him in the division round. We put 38 points on your bitch ass, and Jalen did that in the air. Jalen did that in the air. And it wasn't just A.J. Brown, because A.J. didn't have a touchdown against y'all. It was Devontae Smith and Goddard. And Miles Sanders was carving your asses out, man. And we did that in the division round, bro. Come on, man. You had Danny Food Stamps. You had Tommy DeVito. You've been through different quarterbacks, man. Shut up and be humble that you actually probably have a quarterback, man. We'll say, I don't think Jackson Dart's that guy. But, you know what I'm saying? You run around here talking to Eagle fans with an anger, with a tone of cockiness. You should just be shutting up and be quiet. Because you haven't made the playoffs since Daniel Jones been your fucking quarterback. You've been tanking, How many coaches have you been through so far? So far, I've counted 8. 9, 10 probably. It's been a lot. You've been more of a heck. You've been through more coaches than you do actually been through more of winning championships. You got 2 under Eli Manning. You got 2 under Phil Simms, I believe, right? I think 4. Come on, man. And you didn't even win your division that year. The Cowboys, one of those years you went to the Super Bowl, the Cowboys won a division. They just couldn't finish because they're a bunch of choke artists. So no, I don't respect a Giant fan talking out of line, man. I think they need to shut up and be quiet. Be like the rest of these bums who have no room to talk. You don't see a Jet fan talking crazy to a Patriot fan, do you? You don't see them talk crazy to a Bills fan. It's only the Giants fans that think they can talk crazy because they beat us one time. A fluke-ass Thursday night football game on prime time where our coaches were literally dead in the water, had no game plan. Our players were checked out mentally. And in the second game, when we finally got some confidence, we smacked y'all and treated you like bums. What happened that second game? You want to talk about the first game. Yeah, you beat us. That ain't happening again. You know it. That will never happen again. You will not be punking us like that again. First of all, when have you seen Bond miss a tackle in his lifetime? I mean, that was just a fluke already. You never seen Bond miss a tackle. Bond was missing tackles in open field. That is not like Bond. And then Zadarius Smith got routed. I mean, come on, bro. When have you seen Zach Bond miss tackles in open spaces against a Giants team? It has never happened except that one game on Thursday Night Football. A Thursday night game when we already knew a coach. I knew we were losing that game. I already said we were lost that game. We all knew that. Anybody with a real conscience knew that we lost that game. We weren't winning against that Giants team. We just came off and lost the other time to the Broncos, I believe. No, was it the Broncos? I think it was the Broncos. Correct me if I'm wrong. We weren't coming off a win. We were struggling to be on offense. We couldn't score points. Our offense was spiraling out of control. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I don't want to hear from a Giants fan, man. I'm tired of these guys like Little TP, whatever you want to call him on the bird section. He won't talk to me because I will destroy his ass. I know that he is like Boss Cowboy. Delusional. That's why he only want to talk to King D. He came, King DB would have slaughtered him. The only reason why Phil Vunja didn't get on his ass is because, again, Leo doesn't want people to slaughter him. He wants content. Because if he allowed King DV to have 5 seconds with him, King DV would have destroyed his sorry asses to the point where he would have mentally checked out. And it was going to happen. But Leo wanted to jump in, and I see what Leo was doing. Leo loves the controversy. How do you let a Giant fan talk to you crazy? They don't even own the freaking division. They don't even own the division. They're not even better than Washington. Washington's been punking their asses since Jaden got in the league. They don't even own Jaden Daniels. They can't even beat Jaden Daniels. They don't even beat Dak Prescott. And they can't beat Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has been owning their sorry asses. Why do we let these dudes talk, man? Because they got a lucky-ass win on Thursday Night Football. They run around here like they swept us. Like they made the fucking playoffs and we lost. And we didn't make the playoffs. Newsflash, everybody in the division missed the playoffs except one team. You know who that was? It was us. We made the playoffs that year. You were home on the couch doing mock drafts while we were home watching a team in the playoffs. Because that's what winners go to. Something you have not seen since Eli Manning was your quarterback. You have not been to 2 back-to-back Super Bowls. When Eli Manning was your quarterback, then you could talk Super Bowls. Instead of that, shut up, man. You got Jackson, though. You don't got Eli Manning. A Giant fan wanted to tell me in the threads because I posted a video about another Giant fan who got out of pocket on IG, and I corrected him. I told him he's a bottom feeder. Well, Eli Manning has 2. Jalen Hurts don't have 1. He had 2 Super Bowl MVPs. And I said, bro, Eli Manning's not your quarterback. Why is you talking about Eli Manning? He's not your quarterback anymore. Eli Manning and Tom Brady are out the league. Why is you talking about Eli Manning? Eli Manning is not playing against Jalen Hurts, is he? Is Jalen Hurts and Eli Manning in the same division right now? Let me know. Is Eli Manning playing for the New York Giants as we speak? No. So why do you bring up the past? Just like the Cowboy fans. 5 Super Bowls, 5 this. Come on, man. Y'all getting old, bro. And it's time for y'all to move forward. Let it go. Move forward. Y'all been bums ever since. After Eli Manning won you your 2 fluke-ass Super Bowls against Tom Brady, and listen, your defense was really legit, and Jalen Hurts started a better QBR in the Super Bowl than both of your quarterbacks' Super Bowl performances combined. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Come on, man. You run around and talk about Eli Manning. Eli Manning don't even play in this fucking league anymore, man. That's like saying me bringing up the fact that if I was a Steelers fan and I brought up and I was trying to troll a I don't know, a Ravens fan. Oh well, you know, we won in 2000. Man, come on, bro. No one cares about that shit, man. You haven't been irrelevant in years. It's about what have you done for me lately. Your team has been trash ass. I need Giant fans to understand that. You cannot talk to me when you came and beat the Washington Commanders. You don't even own them. They own your garbage asses. Jaden Daniels is 3-0 versus y'all. Dak Prescott owns y'all. Jalen Hurts owns y'all. Don't you seem to not understand it? Is that not clicking for y'all to get it through your head? King TV should have told TP, and I hope King TV hears and tell this dude this. Name me the time where the Giants won their division. Matter of fact, can even beat the Washington Commanders. Don't even worry about the Cowboys. You can't even beat Jaden Daniels, man. You couldn't even beat Jaden Daniels. You know how I know that? Because I had a bet with a Giant fan. Bones, a.k.a. Bones, who I said, and I picked, and I was the only one out of my mouth that said the Giants were going to lose everybody in that division back to back 2 times. They were going to get swept by every division rival. And they did. And and the Commanders won both games. So don't talk to me about no Giants, man. You don't even own your division. You don't even compete in your division. The reason why the division is weak is because we got bums like you. You're the reason why the Giants are the fans are the reason why their team is called the NFC least, because they got Giants in our division, unfortunately. We got to play y'all. The Commanders go to NFC Championship game recently. The Giants go to division and get slapped and bullied by the Eagles, man. And Jalen threw the ball on y'all. You don't want to forget that part. You want to talk about Jalen Hurts interception in training camp, but what does he do in the regular season against y'all? He puts belt to ass on y'all. And our defense expose your garbage asses every time. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same thing. Y'all are going to get smacked by the Cowboys week 1. You're going to get sent home by other 3 teams in your schedule. And by week 4, week 5, you're going to be tanking and talking about the season is over. Bad Dog's going to flip out. Kyle Pitts is going to be screaming at his fucking videos about baby dog this. TP is going to be yelling on his TV. Licensed players, guys probably going to be on Twitter crying. My guy, Online Giant Sports Talk, is probably going to be saying, this is why Joe Shane should be fired. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy, Online Giant Sports Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? He does a really good job. That's the only Giant fan I fuck with because he keeps it real. Unlike you bum-ass dudes who get delusional and talk about you're going to the Super Bowl and you're the same thing as the Patriots. That's my check. You're not the Patriots. You're not the Patriots from last year. You're not going to be that. Don't even think that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what Giant TB is. He's another boss cowboy. A delusional Giant fan. And how many years he's been watching the Giants? Well, if you've been watching the Giants for years, you would understand that your time is not to talk right now. Your time is to close your mouth and hope your team can compete for at least a win in your division. Because you've been getting spanked and smacked around by 3 division rivals in your whole division. The Commanders own you. Jaden Daniels owns you as a Commander. Dak owns you, and Jalen owns you. Jalen has been dominating y'all. You beat him how many times? 1 out of 3? You beat him 2 times now? How many times he's beating y'all? How many times he been putting belt ass on y'all and smacking y'all back in reality? Dak has been putting belt ass on y'all since he got there. Jalen, Jaded, and Dak has been owning y'all, treating you like stepsons, like you were adopted ugly stepchild, man. Sit down, be quiet, midget fans, and learn your fucking role. Be quiet and stay in a losing spot. Stay in a losing space. Stay as a loser in the basement where you belong. Because we know that's where you're going to be, in the basement. Where the dwellers and the bums go to. You're going to have a bag over your head by week 5. And we know that. You're going to be doing mock drafts. Mock.com is the only thing you need to worry about. Not no damn Super Bowl, man. Come on, bro. What are we talking about? Y'all not no Super Bowl contenders. I watched your team versus the Vikings. Your starters were out there and they look like complete dog shit. They look like complete dog shit. And Jackson Dart looked like complete dog shit. Other than the one throw, he was ass. He was ass. You went to a Jalen Hurts. At least Jalen Hurts is not out here getting rocked around by defenders, man. And that's what's happening, Jackson Dart. He is getting the blue tent. He is more seeing the blue tent more. He is getting to know the blue tent more than his actual own teammates. That's crazy. He is actually learning the more of the blue tent than he's actually the playbook of John Harbaugh's. He is actually introduced more to the blue tent than he's actually introduced as a Giants quarterback, man. Come on, bro. I don't even wish injury. I'm not wishing injury, but I'm just saying that's a reality. Your quarterback can't even stay healthy. Your quarterback has been in concussion protocol how many times? Your quarterback needs to know how to freaking slide before you can even talk to about my quarterback. My quarterback knows how to slide. My quarterback knows how to win football games. Something your quarterback can't do. You know what I'm saying? Your quarterback don't even have a consistent head coach. You want to talk crazy, man. Chris Cooper is an O-line coach. He's a great coach, man. But that's my thoughts, man. You have a great one, man. Flyers, we will be back tomorrow, man. I got to get inside. It is 12:53. I'm going to go eat, go to bed, man. Like I said, shitty game. I'm gonna obviously watch more football tonight. I'm probably going to watch other contributors to see what they were talking about. But yeah, man, you have a great one, Flyers Fly, and I'm out.